Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum. Rabi-Ul-Awwal, the month in which Muhammad alayhi salam, Muhammad, the Prophet of God, was born, and he passed away also in this particular month. But we celebrate his birth more than his passing away, because he came as a blessing for the whole humanity. This is what God claims in the Quran also. And he is the last of the messengers and prophets of God in any capacity. There's no one coming after him. And that is why this month is we hold it very sacred, in which we celebrate and commemorate the birth of Muhammad alayhi salam. Now, in this particular month, I take this opportunity of presenting a very fine piece of work by Dr. Ishfaq Ahmad Saab, who has written this, The Perfect Human, Muhammad, peace be upon him. It's a book which I have the privilege of being presented by the author himself last year when I was visiting America. He resides in America, he's a professor there. And I thought to share the salient features of this beautiful, well-researched book. Before I do so, let me introduce Dr. Ishfaq Ahmad Saab briefly, so that we know there's a reason for me to share his scholarship with all of you. Dr. Ishfaq Ahmad, I'll tell the reason after I share this profile. Dr. Ishfaq Ahmad Saab is a professor of computer science and engineering at the UTA, University of Texas at Arlington. This is in America, obviously, and he's a director of the Center for Advanced Computing Systems at UTA, University of Texas, Arlington. He did his electrical engineering from UET Lahore, my alma mater also. He is 2 years senior to me. I did my civil engineering. Anyway, he did his electrical, and he moved on to America and did his PhD. His expertise is basically in parallel and distributed systems and reschedule algorithms, apart from other things also. He has got over 250 publications and citations, and he has been cited over 17,000 times. This is quite overwhelming that through his papers, people who are writing other people writing papers cited him 17,000 times. And he's one of his notable awards is that he is a fellow of IEEE, an Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineer, a world's largest professional organization. Apart from this, he holds an honorary professorship position in China, in some Chinese universities, and within UAE also. And he enjoys a visiting scientist role in the United States Air Force Research Lab and in Chinese Academy of Sciences. So there's this tremendous bona fide scholarship behind the person of Dr. Ishfaq Ahmad Saab. The reason I shared this detail with you is that in today's world, I am a very strong believer that the presentation and the representation of the Quran, of the person of Muhammad as the messenger of God, may peace be upon him, and the fine face of God must come through the members of civil society. Dr. Ishfaq Ahmad Saab is a researcher. His life is dedicated to research in his own field. So research is something that comes natural to him. This particular book of over 700 pages is a very well-researched document, and anyone who is interested in knowing the person of Muhammad, both as a human being and as the messenger of God, I highly recommend this book to that person. This book has over 50 chapters, and each chapter actually is beautifully titled. I mean, it makes one access the contents of those chapters, the names. For instance, let me share some of the names of the chapters. For instance, it says Homecoming at Twilight, or The Taking of the Holiest, Freedom of Choice, Bleakness in the Raven, Signs of Allah, or Faster Than the Speed of Light, The Valiant Voyage. All these are the titles are, like you find them in a very interesting novel, for instance, and you want to read them. This book holds that power and that gripping quality. One of the salient features of this book, which really is that it mentions Prophet Muhammad's 100 human attributes. I mean, I don't think there's any other book ever which has mentioned the attributes of Muhammad alayhi salam. It has 100 attributes. For instance, he was action oriented, he was agile, he was an animal rights activist, he was assured, he was authentic, he was a companion, confident, consistent. They are in alphabetical order. He was a negotiator, optimistic, organized, tireless, truthful, victorious. So I think this is beautiful. And along with each attribute, he has 3 or 4 other words which goes with that. For instance, when it says tireless, that he was tireless, so there are 3 other words. He was diligent, energetic, unstinting. So I believe this book will go a long way in introducing Muhammad alayhi salam, or Muhammad, both as a human being and as the messenger of God. Our scholars, or you will find that mostly the books written on Muhammad by the Muslims have an emotional attachment to it, which is fine. He was a messenger of God. But when you present someone's life, it has to be well researched, well documented. This book, I think, holds true in both these aspects. So I'll share the link also, where I think it's available in Amazon, and do access it, read it, especially those people who actually want to know who Muhammad was, both, like I said, as a human being and as the last prophet of God. Thank you very much, and Assalamu Alaikum.